Good evening, welcome. It's the 4th of June 2021. It's BarberEVO episode 57 coming up on tonight's show. Me and Gaz are going to take you through the news bits, whether it's relevant or not relevant. That's all coming up in the next 5 or 6 minutes. And then around about 8:10, we're going to go over to the BarberEVO news desk to see what's happening in and around the world. Quite an interesting one tonight, actually. I'm looking forward to what's coming up on that one. Then at 8:15, we've got our first guest. I cannot wait to have the distinguished the captain's right-hand man from Captain FAWCETT. We have Richie Finney. He's going to be joining us on BarberEVO around about 8:15, 8:50. We've got Gaz's 57th cocktail. It looks at everyone tonight. And he's doing all this hard work on his own as well, apparently. And then round about 8:55, we have Tarik Jackson from Sharp Image Barbers over in America. That's all coming up tonight in conjunction with Wahl UK and the British Barbers Association. Without further ado, please welcome my co-host, Mr. Gary Machin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Simon Shaw. I'm sure everybody's well. We've had a busy week. It's half term. We've had fantastic weather. I'm sitting here at the moment. We're looking out onto the garden as we're in the arms. So I feel like I'm outside, inside. Cheers, everybody. Hope we've had all had a good week. Mr. Simon Shaw, I know you've been on your travels. All the very best, sir. Just quickly, we've got a few little bits just to round up. We've got National Cognac Day. So guess what's in the tonight in the arms in our cocktail. So We've got Hug Your Cat Day. I'm sure you'll resonate with that. And we've also got Fish Chip Day that you kindly brought up, so we've got champagne and fish and chips tonight. So what a combination. Fantastic. Just quickly, before we have our pleasantries. Also, Katrina Thompson has sent me a little ditty, and it's absolutely fabulous. 1973 shave competition, the world champion shave competition. And I'm going to have to send you this video, Simon. He did 131 shaves in an hour or something. It's quite ridiculous, but health and safety is completely out of the way. But he's smoking as he's doing it, as in the intro, and there's Black Label and Bass in the background. They are the sponsors, and it was at the Anglo-Saxon pub in 1973. It was absolutely hilarious, and I had to give her a little mention because I love it. I love those little ditties that we get from the past. It almost reminds me of my dad. It was fantastic. Anyway, but let's get on to the important stuff. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, guys, I've had a rough couple of days. Started off with a bit of sciatica, and then I've been having a tummy bug, so I've actually had to go to Quacks this afternoon. And so I don't know how long I'm going to last tonight. If you see me disappear, I'm not 100%. So I'm drinking water and I've got a black tea. So unfortunately, no alcohol. Amazing coming up with the irrelevant stats as well. Fish and chip day, that was the only one that excites me. And you've got some fish and chips tonight. I can't eat fish and chips before a show, but I could, when I'm feeling better, I could just murder them. They're one of them things now where I think growing up we used to have them quite a lot, but growing up like now, it's probably once a month or once every 6 weeks you treat yourself to fish and chips because they're expensive as well. I don't know about where you are. In Barnsley, you go for fish and chips, it's like 11 quid.
Well, to be honest, I never have fish and chips. It's chips and gravy. I'm a chips and gravy and sausage man. I am really. So it's not a
really.
I love fish. Don't get me wrong. Shellfish, seafood. I love it. I'd eat it every single day. But if I go the chippy, it's got to be chips and gravy. I know down south they don't have that, do they? It's a northern thing, that is chips and gravy.
Yeah, they don't have like mushy peas or all like that. They don't have oat moist, to be fair to them. Ketchup. Then they look at you like completely gone out. We're very lucky as well, aren't we? We've got our big expo coming this week, guys. This is the first virtual expo of its kind, first ever. We've got the BarberEVO Expo coming up. Starts on Sunday, the 6th of June. It's going to run for 2 weeks. We've got some amazing presenters. We've got business seminars. You can buy from the companies that's there. You know, we've got Captain FAWCETT who's coming on tonight. You've got Wahl, you've got the BBA, you've got Mustache, you've got Charm Door, Fellowship are going to be there, Mr. Barbers. you know, with some amazing brands that you're going to see education on, and also as well, you're going to be able to buy products whilst you're in. So you've still got time to register. There's thousands registered already, and so don't forget, while you're watching tonight's show, you can click in or over the weekend. It starts on Sunday, and so we're all really excited. 3 years in the making, this, guys. This is not just something we've decided to do over lockdown. Trev, the producer, has been working on these kind of platforms for 3 years to really get it out. And, you know, a big thanks goes out to the BBA for supporting us, and Wahl, that we couldn't have done this platform without those. I've got to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm part of the show, it's by far the best virtual platform I've seen in lockdown. And before lockdown, there weren't much about anyway. But to go on the platform and to look at it, shows are still being cancelled as we speak. You know, there's still a grey area about selling. It's booked in a minute, but we're not sure. So get registered, have a look at this, plan your week, plan your 2 weeks, take an hour out to go watch Alan Beak or Killian Madison, the World Barber of the Year, Jack Ludlow, you know, the Fellowship Project Men team. Just take your time out, plan your diary and book that time out. It's free education. So I'm really looking forward to it, guys.
Well, the thing is, the kind of people that are involved in this project as well, unbelievable. And it's all free. You can get onto the website, so barbersarms.co.uk. Just get in there, register. You can even register on the day. If you're too busy at the moment, you're catching this up tomorrow, you can register on the day. The quality of what we're offering that's on the main stage on the Sunday, and then we've got the business on the Monday as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Plus, you can go and meet and talk to, interactive with all the brands that are working, all the people who are on main stage, you can be interactive with as well. Just press that interactive button. You can ask them any question while they're working. They'll answer those questions as well. So absolutely great. If anybody saw the 24-hour event, it's the same, but on steroids. It's even better. It's fantastic. Just quickly before we even go, you can also join other visitors. You can actually speak to each other. You know, it isn't one-way traffic. You can actually, you know, like on tonight where we talk to each other, you can actually either Zoom, you can message, and you can have an actual phone call as well. So there's every base covered.
Yes. Zoom. Don't forget, I don't know. It's all too quick for me tonight. I'm like walking in slow motion. I don't move my body from side to side. Have you ever had sciatica? So just to tell you all, I'm not mourning here, guys. So I get sciatica walking around London. It's really getting bad. So I get back to my hotel. I thought, right, I'm going to phone a chiropractor in the area, see if somebody can see me. This lady said, yeah, I can see you today. Come at 2 o'clock. So she gets me in, starts moving you around. And if you've ever watched them on YouTube, guys, where they crack your back and stuff like that, and she does that, I guess 10% a bit more movement, and the sciatica's gone. But for the last 24 hours, my kidneys are throbbing. I feel like I've been run over by a bus. Anyway, I've been in the quacks and I've got some kind of virus. So it's a good job we are virtual. Then I'm not passing any of this bug on to anybody else. Don't forget to follow us as well. Simon Shaw, Wahl, Gaz is the British Barber, and Barbers_arms. Them's our Instagram accounts, on the website for all the details for the expo that's coming up on the 6th as well. That's the barbersarms.co.uk. And if you want to email us with any info, that is barbersarms@thebritishbarber.com. There are all our social media sites. So I think, go on.
I was just going to say, and remember, you can ask us any questions live and interactive tonight as well. If you're watching the show, just send us a message, or whatever you want to speak to us about, you can actually go to us. So okay, we're all here for you.
Don't send me too many messages. It's Sunday, bear that in mind. So, and I'm busy Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, I'm okay. So just bear that in mind. And I'm sure at some point, me and Gaz will have some beers with everybody on the arms at some point through the exhibition. That's all coming up this Sunday. We'll talk a bit towards the end of the show. We've got some great guests coming up next week as well. So we'll fill you in about that beforehand. Without further ado, let's hand over to the BarberEVO news desk to see what's happening around the world.
Good evening. Thank you, Gary and Simon. It's a pleasure to be involved with this, the 57th edition of the Barber's Arms. It's incredible, 57, almost reaching Andrew Brewster's age, which is great. Tonight's Barbers Arms BarberEVO news desk is going to feature the great, the good, and the downright ugly in Chicago, in Illinois, in the Midwest of America. That is because we have 3 news articles from this one region. Incredible news articles, actually. I'm going to kick it off with what I would suggest is great. That is, of course, if you've been on the BarberEVO.com website, you will have seen the 140th anniversary of the Lincoln Way Barbershop in Plainfield, Illinois. 140 years, what an incredible achievement. Don Kinley, the owner, hasn't been there for the entirety of that time. He is actually a 4th generation barber, which is something we love to hear, something really wholesome. Don is celebrating this anniversary this Sunday, we're led to believe, at his barbershop with what is an incredible celebration. He's going to have a barbershop quartet live all day long. Simon and Gary, I'm led to believe, were invited to participate in this. Unfortunately, travel restrictions haven't permitted that at this moment in time. It will be great nonetheless, but also 140 years in business, $1.40 haircuts for one day only. Incredible, what a great gesture. Best of luck to Dawn and the team there at Lincoln Way Barbershop in Plainfield, Illinois. Keeping things in Illinois close to somewhere dear to Simon's heart, and that is the Wahl Professional company, which of course are based in Sterling, Illinois, not too far from Plainfield. Now in the States, not quite yet in the UK, but I believe it's coming soon, the Wahl Professional team have launched the 5-star barber dryer. That is a hairdryer specifically designed for barbers, which is great. It's always great to see companies adapting and adding new products, and this barber dryer is going to have 2 heat settings, a cool shot button, 2 nozzle attachments. It is actually going to retail for only $99 in the States to begin with, which is just incredible, really affordable for barbers there. And Trevor Moots, Taylor Fade on Instagram, really fantastic hair artist, part of the Disruptor team as an educator. Trevor actually commented that this 5-star barber dryer that's just been launched by Wahl Professional, it really does complete the Wahl arsenal. So there you go, can't say fairer than that. So that is what I would suggest is the good news coming out of Illinois. Some not so good news, a bit of a shocker actually, but this is a news desk and it can't always be bright and breezy no matter how much I try. Very, very strange and not a great situation here. Deshaun McAdory, I think it is, a barber in Illinois. His client refused to pay the $15 agreed fee for said haircut, and it would appear that an incident has taken place where Deshaun actually killed the client, shot him dead over a matter of $15. It sounds like something out of a movie, but unfortunately it's true. There is a court case going on as we speak, but yeah, 1st degree murder over a haircut. Just keep that in mind, folks. I know there can be setbacks and clients moan and complain, etc. Miscommunications and whatnot, but just keep that in mind. 1st degree murder, a barber has killed a client in the States. My goodness, there's some news for you. So the great, the good, the downright ugly from Illinois. Let me bring us back to some positive news, and a chap originally from Aberdeen up here in Scotland who has moved to Essex, Oren Lasocki. I hope I've got that pronunciation right. Oren has set up Care Behind the Chair, which is a new supportive network for barbering and hair professionals throughout the UK. You can get in touch at carebehindthechair@gmail.com. Now we really like this. This is about supporting one another. I don't think there is enough support out there. I think, it is such a, barbers and hairstylists and professionals are always expected to be the support mechanism for their clients, but this is all about barbers supporting one another, hair professionals supporting one another. So fair play to Oren. Everyone is welcome. Everybody's confidentiality is respected at all times. There are 0 judgments on anything that anybody involved in this support network discuss. And support is the name of the game. That is the ultimate aim. So Oren Lasocki, Care Behind the Chair. Keep an eye out on that one. It is on the BarberEVO.com website. well done to Oren. Finalising things with another bit of exciting news. The BarberEVO latest North American edition has launched at the start of June, just there. Exciting edition, another jam-packed 104 pages featuring Angel Roz, Florida-based barber, television personality, but also an ambassador for S-Curl products. Angel Roz is the front cover star and features with the lead interview. It really makes for a great read, and you can get on to barberevo.com where you can sneak a bit of a look at that edition, get yourself on there, enjoy the read. And yeah, that pretty much concludes this week's news roundup. Thanks for joining. I've been David Foster. I continue to be David Foster. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the show. Some great guests as always. So keep it here and make sure you tune in for the Barbers Arms Expo, which is starting in a number of days. It's going to be great fun. A first of its kind. Best of luck to everybody involved. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, David, for that news. Amazing about the, not amazing, but the 140-year barbershop that's been open, doing haircuts for $140. It's a really good marketing thing that for the local community to where that barbershop is. And then the terrible, shocking news about the barber that shot Sunday.
I know. I felt like that after the first 3 weeks back after lockdown. I thought I'd been in it for 140 years, but what a
shooting anybody.
What a legacy, you know, for have a business that long anyway. So fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, David, for that.
Yeah, thanks, David, for that insight into what's happening around the world. So in a couple of minutes, we've got Mr. Richie Finney, which is everybody will know. Sorry?
Great character. Always one of them when I ever walk around when you're all set up an exhibition, I go try and find where he is. He's always got his brown Harry Arkwright, open all hours overcoat on. Such an eccentric character. Some of his aftershaves as well. I think it's the tobacco one. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous smell to it. So it'll be interesting to see what Richie's got to say tonight. He's obviously doing the expo as well. I also want to talk to him about a fantastic charity that he does, which is Barbers Ride, where there's probably about 20 bikers go up and down the country and they stop off at barbershops, do a seminar, and it's all for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'm interested tonight to Richie to tell us all what he's raised so far, him and Xavier, and that's going to be nice and interesting tonight to see how he started that and his journey with it. And then we've got Tarik as well coming on as well from America, Tarik Jackson. So he's got lots to say as well. So it's going to be good tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, great show and diverse as well. So we've got somebody coming in all the way from Kings Lynn and then all the way over the pond as well. So he should be good. He's, like you've just said, he's a very eccentric character, very unique in his look. I'm really, really looking forward to talking to Richie tonight.
He's just pulling up in the car park, so without further ado, we shall welcome our first guest into Barbers Arms. This guy has been on the circuit for around about the last 10 years at different exhibitions. Guys, if you've ever gone to Barber Connect or any exhibitions, you'll have seen this guy. He's got some unique products in his beautiful museum there, pulling the orders. As you can see, he's got a magnificent beard. He's the captain's right-hand man from Captain FAWCETT, the main man himself. Welcome to Barbers Arms, Mr. Richie Finney.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, welcome, and I'm really pleased to be welcomed. Thank you very much indeed. Greetings to everybody.
Richie, what an amazing set you have there. We've seen it lots of times. I've not actually been to your place, but I've just seen it loads of times on social media. At some point tonight, hopefully, we can have a little walk around and have a look for our viewers tonight, the thousands that watch us not only here in the UK, but around the world. If you've seen Barbers Arms, I'm going to ask you some personal questions about you and your career. I want to talk about Make-A-Wish Foundation that you guys do with Barbers Ride, which is a fantastic charity that you do, you and Xavier. And we can talk a little bit about some of the up-and-coming expo that you've got coming as well.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to discuss most things, providing it doesn't actually incriminate me. Because as you probably know, I'm still cuffed round the ankle, and I do have to exercise some caution.
Well, Well, with a beard like that, a majestic beard like that, you know, it's I don't expect anything else. Richie, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, sir. I know we've seen each other a lot around and about in different exhibitions. For those people, I'm sure there's not many out there that don't know you, because your reputation precedes you. I don't know if you're famous or infamous. I don't know which one it is really. So
I think it really depends on who you speak to.
So for the guys out there and our worldwide viewers, we didn't bring it up last week's show with 95,000 views. We're just touching 8 million at the moment. So for the people out there who don't know you, just give us a quick 2-minute bio of who you are, what you are, and what Captain FAWCETT is.
Okay, well, I've waxed my moustache for a number of years, and I used to make my own moustache wax in my kitchen in a baked bean tin. My wife's a well-known Emmy Award-winning hairdresser, hairstylist. She worked on Downton Abbey, blah, 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 etc. And she then said, listen, we need some wax for the girls for the floor bags because the stuff we're using is really rubbish. So that really was my first order, 100 tins of moustache wax. And now the product is used on the majority of the UK film sets and in fact worldwide as well, you know. So that's really how it started.
Wow. Fun. So how long have you been in the business then?
Well, on the back of that, we formed Captain FAWCETT. I mean, it was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, the whole concept of, you know, keeping a stiff upper lip regardless, that kind of Edwardian kind of bent. As we know, with so many things going on, it's quite best really at most times is not to keep a stiff upper lip regardless, but actually discuss the things that are bothering you. But we wanted to play on that kind of old-fashioned English Edwardian, you know, gentleman, of course, everything that I am not, frankly.
So how long have you been in the industry then?
Oh, sorry, that was a very simple question with a very long-winded non-answer. 11 years now. Captain FAWCETT has existed as a company for 11 years. So from those very humble beginnings in my kitchen with that baked bean tin, we now employ 16 people and export to over 48 countries.
Wow. And just to give our viewers some ideas, if they're not, you know, what kind of products do you do?
Well, we do really everything. We literally started with moustache and beard products, and we became really well known as a beard company. But from then on, we've moved into everything really, shaving products, shampoos, and as you mentioned earlier, thank you, our perfumes. You know, we work with various people like Ricky Hall, and our eau de parfums have gained a phenomenal reputation, again, all over the world.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Have you ever tried them, Gaz, his aftershaves on the toilets?
Well, every time you go past him, he tends to cover you in it or stroke something into your hair or into your beard, or you know what he's like.
That's part of the reason why I'm wearing a cuff.
What are you drinking tonight, Richie?
Well, it's really interesting because I'm actually teetotal and have been for about 4 years. I mean, Wes Jones and I, you know, Xavier, went out drinking one night with Xavier, and that was just really the last straw. I've never actually drunk again since. So on the same, it was November the 5th, literally 4 years ago. So I'm drinking Rock Sober's latest drink, Voyager, which is alcohol-free, which is my want. And I'm actually going to open a can. I was rather worried that my partner in crime may have shaken that for a bit of a laugh, but thank God he didn't. So I'm drinking alcohol, Rock Sober-free beer.
Fantastic. You're not drinking tonight, Simon, are you? I know. We brought that up earlier. I'm gonna join you tonight with it. I'm just gonna open another one. It's a Meantime London Pale Ale tonight. Oh. It's absolutely lovely.
Cheers.
So, cheers, sir.
Cheers, Richie. So, Richie, we're going to start off with some questions, and then Gaz is going to play a little game with you called Rant or Rave, which I think you're going to be fantastic at.
Oh my gosh.
And then we'll finish off with some quick fire questions to get a little profile for all our viewers out there, especially before the Expo. And we're going to talk a little bit about the charity as well, Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is a great charity. I'm really pleased that Wahl are part of that as well.
Oh yeah, really. Thank you, people. Yeah.
First question to you is, it's a little bit of a curveball, this one, but if somebody donated, I'll give you £1 million to invest in your business, free of charge, how would you invest it?
That's a very, very good question. And I should tell everybody who's listening that this is totally unrehearsed. So I basically haven't got a clue. I don't suppose a Bentley would count, would it?
Well, yeah, you'd still have some change though.
Would it really give me a lot of change? I'm not really sure. Okay, how would I invest it? I think we would. I think we'd probably set up in Europe. We'd probably move some of our operations to Europe because many companies are experiencing all kinds of predicaments with Brexit. We export, as I told you before, into 48 countries. So I may have a little satellite Captain Fawcett operation and a Bentley.
Yeah, got to have a Bentley. It's free of charge.
Definitely. Richie, I know you're not you're not amiss at getting a little bit of information out there. I've watched some of your posts, and they are very eccentric at the very least. I love tea time. I love everything you do about that. It's fantastic, and everything that's very British. Just to push something, how much would it take to cut your hair and beard and put it and take something this sort of length, or this sort of length? How much would it take for have that done?
Well, it's really very much part of me, and I feel I might be a bit of Samson, and I think if I lost my hair, I might lose my strength. But if I quickly phone the garage and find out how much that Bentley is, maybe we could negotiate.
Fantastic answer, sir. Fantastic.
I mean, the thing is, you talk about shaving the beard. We worked for years with Jimmy Niggles, the $1 million beard guy in Australia, and he has literally just had his taken off by the barber who worked with the guy who plays Thor, and they've taken it off in a way, so it's actually in one piece, and it's been put into this cabinet. And I have to say, it looks pretty spooky. It's quite a freaky thing to see this beard all on its own. It's like doo-doo-doo-doo.
Do you know what? I'm sure they had to lacquer that in place.
Oh, yeah.
Before they actually took it up, because the lighting and how they put it onto that glass head, I think it's eerie. It's absolutely fine. If anybody wants to see what we're talking about, you just got to get onto your website. Absolutely fantastic. I think
he's raised over $1 million for his Skin Check charity in the process. So, I mean, he's been planning this for donkey's years, and we actually make $1 million beard oil for him, which has got like 24 karat gold flakes in it and stuff. So for him to actually achieve that in memorial of his great friend, who died, that's, great work.
That's a great thing. Coming up, we'll come on to your charity in a short while, but if there's one product out there that you've not got that you're kind of envious of, which one would it be? What products have you not got in your range that you think that's the next product that we need to have? We aren't getting too many secrets away, but
no. Well, I was going to talk to you about that because I think maybe clippers.
Yeah, well,
is he still there? Hello, mate.
I'm molding on. My temperature's rising as we're speaking, but not to do with your comment on clippers.
Oh, really?
We have spoke about that actually past, and I'm sure we could revisit that conversation at some point.
No, I think definitely to be, not being flippant, we are moving into face skincare creams, moisturizers, facial scrubs. We're definitely moving into that, and very soon, and those items are imminent. Plus, we're working with a guy called Maharaja Singh, who's part of the London Jodhpur company, a brilliant guy. And we have a Maharaja beard balm and moustache wax and beard oil. And on the back of that, the scent has been so popular that we're about to release a Maharaja eau de parfum. So that's something to look forward to.
I look forward to you sending them to me, Richie.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Smells
very
gorgeous.
good. And just getting back to the Bentley.
Oh yeah.
And I know you're a great advocate of motorsport generally, motorbikes, 4x4, racing cars, whatever it is. And I noticed you'd had a around the UK tour for do that as well, and that leads into Barbers Ride as well. A great friend of mine, Dan Ricks, he's supported this around the country. Just tell me where did that idea come from?
Well, it's really, really interesting because I was working with Harley Davidson because Captain Fawcett, I was an official ambassador for Harley Davidson. I mean, I've had a Harley since '91. My history with Harley, as I say, goes back absolute years and years and years. And I was working with one of their promotional people who suggested that we did a link with GQ and Harley and me touring around the country and dropping into barbershops. So I was down at one of the barber bashes in London, and I was on the stage there talking to Joth and Frank and various other people. I didn't know Xavier. There was very little room on this particular stage, and this big guy, similar character to myself, a big larger than life character, came up to me and was trying to throw me off the stage because I was interfering with what was really going on. When we got talking, we found very quickly and found we had a common interest. So I started talking about what I was doing. He said, well, because he was interested in bikes himself. He said, well, hang on a minute, because there's another couple of guys, basically Colin from Hard Grind and Luca Chitty and various, and one other guy who were already thinking about doing a kind of literally a barbershop hop, as it were, riding around. So basically, there were two ideas that were remarkably similar, but just coincidentally were coming together. So we thought, guys, let's put this together. So really with Colin, Xavier from Rose, or Colin from Hard Grind and myself, we started this 5 years ago. And yeah, it's been brilliant. We've done the south of England, we've done the north of England. This year we're going to Scotland. It starts on August the 7th. Last year alone, we were the biggest fundraiser for Make-A-Wish because so many charities, the people who work for charities or help charities, there was nothing they could really do. Last year we raised over £27,000, which is phenomenal. As you mentioned, Dan, he's ridden with us a couple of 3 years. So yeah, so it's really great, and it's just like-minded people. It doesn't matter what bike you've got; it doesn't really matter at all. It's just about the spirit's willing. So we start in well, actually, hang on a moment. We start at Cutthroat Pete's. Everyone knows Cutthroat Pete in Liverpool. Then we go up to House Mountains in Glasgow, and then Stag and Buck in Fort William. Then of course Colin at Hard Grind in Dundee. Then we go to Ultimate Grooming in Yarm, and then end up in Lord's Barbershop in Leeds. So it's a 6-day. It's not, it's quite a feat. We average a couple of 100 miles a day, but so people join, they pay. You can find out about joining by going to barbersride.com. They can pay a fee, and then everything else is pretty well sorted out. We do encourage people to raise extra funds over and above their joining fee. But the joining fee is really very reasonable because we wanted to make it accessible to as many people as possible.
So Richie, if I turn up on my bog seat, I'll be all right, will I?
What bike's that?
we used to call them bog seats.
Right.
A Honda. People around the world now will be laughing because it's nothing like you guys drive. And
no, listen, honestly, it really doesn't matter. I mean, there's literally every kind of bike you can imagine. In fact, I've got a few bikes. I've actually got a Honda in the back. Nothing wrong with Honda. Very, very interesting story. Don't know if you know about the founder of Honda, Soichiro Honda. He tried to get a job at Toyota before Honda was formed, and they didn't give him a job. And now look what he did. So yeah.
Well, you just look up that bike. You Google that. Seat. Yeah, a bog seat.
We've got a couple here, but I'm not sure they go very far.
Well, do you know what?
A bog seat. What's it?
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. People might think that we've got a backdrop there, but actually, you're in your emporium, aren't you?
I am, and we did discuss with Trevor and Simon before about the possibility of actually moving around here, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. But there is a museum here. It's the largest barbershop museum in the world. If anybody cares to come, you can go on our website and actually do a museum, a virtual tour. We've got our oldest razor here dates from 1650.
Wow.
And as you can see,
I don't know where your camera's set up, because I think people might watch this and think that that's a virtual backdrop. So
no, it's real.
Yeah,
it's all real.
So before we leave tonight, we might just ask you to go sit on a bike to make sure that all our viewers know that it's a real life Captain Fawcett's museum. It looks amazing, to be fair to you.
It's 9,000 square feet of man shed.
do you know what? If we dared, I'd love to do a shave with you there, and we'd do a typical shave, a BBA shave there, and we'd use the actual razor. I suppose you wouldn't. I suppose you wouldn't let me use that because it's so valuable.
I don't see why not, because the value is really intrinsic, but it's beautiful. It's one of the best preserved, and it's actually got Cutler's poetry. So there's actually a poem written on the blade, and there is still an edge on the blade. It was discovered behind a drawer in the back of an antique cabinet. So it's been kept for donkey's years. But I've got ones with mother of pearl handles, pressed horn. We've got other blades going back to the 17th century as well, you know, so it's phenomenal.
You'll love it in there, Gaz. You'll be made up in there.
Shaving's my thing. Slaver is just coming down my face now as we speak. Rich.
But I'm not the person you will be shaving, but you'd be very welcome to come and do something here.
Oh no, I'll be shaving my very good friend and my perfect shave partner, Mr. Simon Shaw.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll have it done. We'll shave this. It's not as long as you guys, is it? But
well, come up and do a live show at some point. You'd be very welcome. I'm 2 hours from London.
Might be nice to come up to the Lord's Barbershop in Leeds and do something live, Barbers Arms, as you're all finishing off the bike tour there for the charity, and we could do a live Barbers Arms with all the riders.
That'd be fantastic. And another thing that Lord's Barbershop have set up is that I believe there's a kind of an underground nightclub there or something. So they are actually selling tickets so that'll be the night finale with a party underneath. So that sounds really good. So we could do a shave there maybe and then go straight into the bash.
Well, that leads me into my next question. Richie, what is the most naughtiest thing you've ever done?
Well, I can't possibly tell you that.
Oh, come on.
Luckily, I'm of an age that many of the things I've done I can no longer really remember. And it's another thing, in actual fact, maybe, I'll tell you what I might want. You know, you say, what would I do with that £1 million? You know what I may get? I may get one of those kind of electric stair lifts, you know, like a Stanner stair lift. But yeah. I want to get a really fast and express one. So when I get upstairs, I remember what I went up there for.
Yeah. And when you get to the top, it spits you out of the chair.
Yes, that'd be it. No, honestly, coming back to your question, Simon, I mean, I have done many things in my life, some of which I'm particularly proud of, many of which I've forgotten. There are many people out there who would tell you, and you can read through various legal documentation, which will give some facts on some of my mishaps, but I can't really bring those up here. I mean, I understand this to be a family show.
No,
not so much family show. I think a lot of people we might try and get it out of our next guest. That it's a new question that I'm throwing in there. But
yeah,
what's the funniest thing you've done, Gaz?
Funniest thing? Oh,
Naughtiest.
Oh. You'd better ask Rachel, because a lot of them have been with her. But with the lads, as you say, it's a family show. Mine have all been either drink or stupid related. So you can imagine there's a lot of stuff that can't be broadcast, really.
That's established then that you've both bottled the question, so we'll move on.
We bottled the question in the, you know, we are free men at the moment. We hope to remain that way. Can I just really, on the subject of Barbers' Ride, we had one really generous benefactor last year who stuck his hand in his pocket and actually put 10 grand on the table for Make-A-Wish. Now that's unlikely to happen again, but we've got something else which we think will really appeal and raise similar amounts of money. We all know who Vince Camp is. I mean, his paintings have documented the barber lifestyle, that kind of nightclub underworld stuff. His work is phenomenal. His paintings start at 10 to 15 grand. I mean, every time he has an exhibition in Dover Street in the Clarendon Gallery, every single painting sells out. He has generously, generously donated one of his paintings. So what the deal is, it's a raffle. There's only 1,000 tickets. The tickets are £10 each. You can buy them on barbersride.com. He will then paint the winner. So you've got 1 in 1,000 chance for a tenner, a painting worth 10 grand. He will then paint the winner, and then you will be exhibited in his next exhibition, which obviously has been pushed back, which will be in Mayfair. You'll get an invitation to the private view, and you will have your own painting. I've got one up here valued at 15 grand. This has come about because many barbers have seen the work that he's done with people like Mahesh and Frank and Mr. Robinson and all these brilliant famed barbers, and they've just said, hey man, I'd really like to be painted. This is a difficult thing to do. He can't go around and paint everybody, but this is an opportunity for anyone to have their painting done by Vincent Camp. 10 quid.
Fantastic. Unbelievable.
So are you going to put him on the spot now? Are you going to do rant or rave?
Yes, sir. So what we're going to do is, I'm sure you've watched the show before. We have a spot called Rant or Rave, Richie. Okay. So you've got 2 minutes to rant or rave about a particular subject. We're going to get production to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, production, please. We don't know what this is going to be. The wheel is spinning as we speak. We've got our production team in Adelaide, Mr. Trevor Studd, and we are we're going to give you. I know you've connected with Trevor during the show. Yeah. So, big cities, rant or rave.
Big cities. For me, I'm not into cities particularly. There are a couple of cities that do really, really stand out. New York has to be one of them, but I much prefer, possibly to do with my age and my previous existence, I like to be out in the countryside now. I think in the cities there's that possibility of being anonymous. Not being known. And being able to just disappear in and out. But my days of, I now get up at the time I used to go to bed. So I'm no longer, city life is not for me. I think I've been to many, many cities. I'm trying to think of virtually every city. London, of course, is cool. New York is very special. Budapest, I love Budapest. But most of the cities, no, you can keep them.
Well done. Thank you. That's great, Richie. Just to let us know, you've been in the hair industry or the moustache industry for 11 years. Yeah. So what was your previous life then? What did you do previously? Well,
I spent 25 years, well, apart from the bits I can't mention, I spent 25 years in the British movie industry. I was a boom operator, my job was to, keep the microphones out of shot, not to hit anybody, and to try and get them as close as possible to get the best sound. I suppose I worked on movies like Memphis Belle, Chaplin, Billy Elliot. So I did some really good movies and did some disastrous ones, because you never really know when you're working on them, how they're going to really pan out, because you're just a tool in the machine. I suppose my greatest claim to fame was when I was working on a film called Stardust with Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, when you've got a very, very tight costume, you need to hide a radio mic. You can't do it. You can't see the pack. Normally you would use an elasticated belt. But if a woman is wearing a particularly tight dress, then you'd have to use a thigh mount. So there was a shot of me on my knees with my head in Michelle Pfeiffer's crutch, with my hands going up her thighs to put this elastic strap round so I could hide the pack on the inside. And then you have to then drop the radio mic cable down through the cleavage, of course. So that, one actress I worked with described it as a daily flossing, But anyway.
So it was very nearly porn then, I guess.
Well, no. These were, proper, proper, family movies, not pornography in any sense whatsoever. But my job verged on all kinds. And then one time I worked with Charlton Heston. I worked with him on some film or another. What was it? I don't know, some Shakespeare thing with Kenneth Branagh. And he had this huge gown, like this, like a kind of like biblical kind of robe. And of course I had to lift out, and the guy was stark bollock naked underneath. So I had his dick in my ear, So that's another claim to fame. I've had Charlton Heston. Big in my ear, but anyway. So
not far off soft porn then, really.
But I have to say that my experience in the movie industry, because if an actor's in character, they never drop that, and that's really how helped the whole FAWCETT thing. I mean, this is a set. The whole place that we're here is a film set. We're all in character, and I think my experiences in the film industry has helped create and fabricate Captain FAWCETT.
Yeah, I think you have as well. And I'd say to anybody where possible to try to visit your museum down there and have a look online at some of the stuff you're doing, because it is amazing. And you've made a really good impact in this industry over the last 10 years. Mate, I said, top of the show, it's nice to come out and see you when I've set up on the wall stand. I always like to come over and have a chat with you. And your products are fantastic. As there's one aftershave in particular, the tobacco one that I have all the time. And
that's the Ricky Hall booze and baccy, that is, yeah. Yeah,
beautiful. Beautiful. And we'll see you at the Expo starting on Sunday as well, the 6th of June, the Barbers' Expo, the first of its type. The platform looks fantastic, so people will be able to interact with you on there and also buy your products.
Well, thank you very much for having me on the show. Thank you and Wahl for your support for Barbers Ride. You've been, supporting us right from the very beginning. Huge thanks very much, and good night, everybody.
Oh, wait, we've just got some quick questions.
Oh, more questions. I thought I got away with it.
These are quick fire questions.
Okay.
Can I just ask another question? Because I think we ought to keep him on a bit longer. I think we ought to grill him, because you're a great character. I think you're a great experiment for the industry as well. But also, I just wanted to bring up you were an author as well with your barber history book, which I thought was very, very interesting. And also, when you're talking about the barbering industry as a whole, and you got interested in it, for Richie Finney, or the right hand man, what's going forward now for Richie Finney? What do you want to get? What's next for you? I know you want to bring some more products, or is there anything you haven't done that you really, really want to do, Richie?
What I really miss is my greatest kick is actually when we go to the shows and you interact with, people, customers, potential customers, that is the buzz. I'm a very gregarious person, so I've really missed that in the last year and a half. I've missed trips to India, Pakistan, Utah, back to Australia. It goes on, and we've all been in the same boat, but I really miss that buzz, that feedback, because what we're involved in, it's the same for barbers. There's a lot of theatre in what we do, and with the theatre, you need to interact with an audience, because there's a buzz there, there's a mutual buzz. So I've really, really missed that. So what's next for me is to get back on the road as quickly as possible.
Perfect. And do you think that's going to happen? Do you think?
We have parties here. We get 350 people at our parties. They come from all over the world. We had our 10th anniversary last year, unable to hold our party. I suspect that people will be slightly reluctant. What's happened is we got locked down, right? So everyone wants to break out of the cell, and then it becomes a little bit cozier. Then you decorate your cell. Now the jailer's left the cell door open, and we're sticking our heads out and then kind of going, That's why I went on that 2-week madcap tour around England. I was doing everything, as you well know, just to kind of push myself to get out there, because otherwise you can become really acclimatized and closed up, and you've got to break out. So I'm hoping that if people, where there's a will, there's a way. We've got to get back to what we were doing as quickly as possible.
Yes,
I agree with you, Richie. Be nice to get out and about. Richie, what's your favourite food?
Well, I like Thai, but I do like food. I'm a constant struggle. I'm sitting here in an expanding gusset suit as we speak.
What's your favourite drink?
Ooh, I think my favourite drink is, I like a thing called Negroni or Seedlip. Negroni is a bit like a mixed cocktail, but it's got no alcohol in it. Seedlip is a distilled drink, which is super non-alcoholic.
Okay, what's your favourite music?
Well, I've got a very eclectic taste. So, we have a whole sound system in here. So we play all different, it could be anything from country, it could be hard house, it could be 90s rave, it could be classical. I like it all. It's different time. And I use music actually to inspire me or to calm me down or to take me into different moods. So music is very, very important. But I like pretty much all music.
But if you're going out for dinner, which kind of music would you like to be in the background?
Probably not. I don't really like pipe music. If I'm going out for dinner, invariably it's because you want to have a conversation with somebody. So I find any extra sound like TV or music can be very invasive. If you're going out to listen to sound, then it's, listen to a band or something, it's a very different thing.
Okay. What's your favourite destination?
I do love Budapest. I love Moscow. The Far East, I mean, I've spent time in Cambodia. I mean, that's extraordinarily interesting. I like places that are slightly different. I remember reading a book years and years ago called Video Nights in Kathmandu, and it was about how everywhere has become really homogenized. And the guy with the travel writer was talking about, how he could pick up it says how old it was, a VHS copy of Rambo. We want to go somewhere. The thing is, it's become so well, not recently, but it's generally so easy to travel somewhere. You just see guys in the football shirts in the middle of the desert. I mean, it's really nice to go somewhere. I try not to travel as a tourist. I mean, I am a tourist. When I was on location, invariably, you could be holed up somewhere for some months on end. So you tend to, want to meet with local people and actually get involved in the bike culture or whatever was going on and try and get underneath the surface of a destination rather than just drop in and sit on the beach and then drop out.
Okay. And who would be your ideal dinner date?
Well, I think my wife is watching.
Oh, no. Don't.
And I've seen more of Michelle Pfeiffer than I'd ever hoped to. I don't know. I think I'd like to go out with you two guys and have a good old chinwag.
Oh, yeah.
You're not on your own there, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, finishing off then. We've got Richie Finney, the captain's right-hand man. We're going to see him at the Expo starting on the 6th. The first one of its kind, Barbers Arms Expo, starts this Sunday on the 6th. At 10 a.m. Richie's having his favourite food, which is a Thai meal. He's doing this with his favourite drink, which is a celeb. He is listening to any music, whatever music, though, to get him into a really good mood, either to wind him up, to wind him down, or to get him ready for action. His favourite destination, he's doing all this in Budapest, one of his favourite countries that he likes to visit. He took a long way of getting round to it, but we did.
I'm sorry, you know me.
Budapest. And he's doing all this, having a favourite dinner with his beautiful wife, or alternatively, he could be sat with me and Gaz having dinner as well. Richie Finney from Captain FAWCETT. We'll see you over the weekend. God bless. Thank you for being on Barbers Arms.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, good night.
Good night.
Cheers.
Right-hand man, you are the best.
Thank you.
I know we say it all the time, and I know, people can't say, oh, you can't minute every. I can speak to him all night long. We're gonna have to do a show from there, aren't we?
He's such an eccentric guy. He's so charming. The way he tells a story, the way he comes across, he just puts people in a good mood straight away. It's just a natural ability. He's got that nice likability factor to him, and that's probably why he's done so well. He's got great products. But he's just got, he lives the character. He's the character of his brand, and that's fantastic marketing. So well done, Richie. We'll look forward to seeing you at the Expo this weekend. Gary.
Yeah. He's, the thing is as well, hopefully we can have some, I'm sure he's got some drinks that we could use on this show as well. But from this moment on, we're going to be we've run over a little tiny bit, but we're going to have a cocktail. So here we have it. Tonight we're having a Carlton Banks, which the main ingredient is cognac, and it's National Cognac Day. So all those people out there watching us, so we've got Mr. Brian Guam, we miss you, mate. We've got Julia, with Mark Walters, Serial. We've even got some people out there that I haven't seen for a while, which is Alison, and we've got also Mr. Johnny King, as usual, one of our top fans out there. So we've got, I forgot as well, I've got a really great whiskey mix. I should have shown John, I should have shown Richie as well. So we've got some ice in there. We've got some cognac, which we're going to use. So we're using Remy Martin Cognac. It's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to throw that in there. So we've got 1 shot of Remy Martin. So that goes straight in. We've got our cherry brandy liqueur, which is another half measure, just over. That goes in as well. We've got our orange bitters, 2 dashes. 1, 2, 1 for good luck. I know we shouldn't, but we will do. And then we're going to shake this up. So we've got a coupe glass tonight. What we're going to... So we're going to strain this, and it's going to be fine strained. So I'll put the fine strainer on, and we're going to put this in. So we fine strain those 3 ingredients into there, and then I've got a really special bottle here. I don't know if you can see that. We had this as a present. I'm not going to use that tonight because it was bought for me for my 40th, so we still got it, but I'm not going to use that tonight. So we're going to use a very ordinary one. We're going to use a Moe. We're going to put that in, and we just strain that into the top. So the champagne goes in there, and this is one I've done earlier. We've got our orange curl in there. So everybody, it is what we've done today is a Carlton Banks. It's going to be our champagne special. It's fish and chip day as well, National Fish and Chip Day. So we're having fish and chips and our Carlton Banks, which is Cognac, National Cognac Day as well. So good health, everybody. All the very best. I wish you could taste this with me, mate. And I know you're struggling, so good health, everybody.
Yeah, if I have to dash at this point, I am really struggling. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
try. I'm watching you do all this.
You need one of them, baby. That will sort you straight out. That will.
I don't think it would. Somehow. So yeah, Richie, we're good. I enjoyed interviewing him. He was really good, really positive and upbeat. And his charity, what he does is great. You know, if anybody wants to look at giving as well to Make-A-Wish Foundation, click onto the Barbers Ride website and you can give generously to that. And also as well, buying a ticket to the Vince Camp. You know, that's a great prize. I've seen some of his paintings. Savills have got 3 or 4 on the walls and they're beautiful, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So without further ado, I think we've got our next guest coming from over the pond. We have Tarik Jackson from Smart Image Barbers. Tarik, are you in the house? Hey, bro.
What do you say? Can you hear us? Tarik.
How are you? How's it going?
Very well, sir. Thank you very much for giving your time and coming on to the Barber's Arms. We welcome you in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Would you like for me to turn my camera sideways? Or is this
yeah, that was brilliant.
Perfect. Is that better? Awesome.
Superb. Look like you've got nice weather there as well.
Yeah, we got some good weather today.
So, Tarik, for our viewers all around the world, welcome to the Barber's Arms. We're obviously based in the UK. This has been taken straight to Adelaide and it's been flown all the way all over the world. So when we post, can you give us a 2-minute bio, just 2 minutes, to tell us who you are, where you are, what you do, and where are you based, first and foremost?
Absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having me here on the Barber's Arms. I really appreciate it. My name is Tyrik Jackson. I've been a barber for over 28 years. I own Premier Barber Institute right outside of Philadelphia in Norristown, Pennsylvania. I also own a barbershop in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I was born and raised. And it's been a great journey. I've traveled all over the world teaching barbering. I've won numerous competitions, including in front of a live audience of 22,000 people.
Wow. Your data's struggling a little bit there, Tarik. Are you on 4G or are you on Wi-Fi?
Oh, so it's delaying a little bit. It should be connected. Let me make sure. My apologies. Back here. I stayed here at the office so that way I could connect to the Wi-Fi.
Just while he's trying to sort that out, it looks really nice over in America as well, doesn't it? In fact, I was speaking to our Director of Education today in America, and got my first invite out there, 1st of January. So hopefully, fingers crossed and restrictions. They're coming out of complete lockdown, like we should be on the 21st of June. They're coming out on the 15th. So fingers crossed in America, most people have had the vaccinations and should be out there on the 1st of January, guys.
Wow.
Are you clear now? Are we better?
Are you back?
Better, yeah.
Tariq, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Good. Well, you're based in Philly then?
So, yeah, I'm in United States, right outside of Philadelphia. I live about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Philly. My school's about 20 minutes from Philly.
So your academy there, how many students do you take in every year? How is this something that you do for the state hours then for barbering?
Yes, so we enroll students the second Tuesday of each month. We have the capacity of 80 students, 40 in a day, 40 in a night is our capacity. We just expanded into that. It used to be 40, so we just doubled that right after, I would say in February, we doubled that.
Fantastic. So from your point of view, how's things with you? You're out of lockdown now, obviously. You've got a barbershop, you've got an academy. You see both sides of the coin, if you like. How's things in the US then at the moment?
Right now, the state of the US, I'm in Pennsylvania. We're a Commonwealth state. And so, you know, a lot of the political conversation around what's happening, sort of like a control mindset, if you will. But for the most part, we've been fortunate to have been open since July the 26th. And we continue to just stay open. We've been working. We still are wearing masks indoors. We're not wearing masks outdoors, but we're wearing masks indoors, especially if you're servicing someone. We're wearing masks, but we're not, you know, we don't have to. Pennsylvania is not required to wear a mask everywhere you go at the moment.
Oh, good. So it's lifting a little bit, then it's getting a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So we've got some questions to ask you, and then we're going to finish off with some quick fire questions as well, just for all our viewers. So my first question is, who's been the driving force behind you? Who's been your biggest inspiration in your 28 years?
Who has been my biggest inspiration, or what has?
Well, either. Who has or what has? What's been the main driving force behind Tariq Jackson?
Gotcha. So I live by a motto. It's serve your needs by serving the needs of others first. I really live by it. I believe in it. I feel like I'm living in my purpose. And when I say that, I mean, I'm working to help other people reposition their lives and change them. Two short stories to answer that. One of the most inspirational people I think in my life right now has been one of my students. When I was 13 years old, there was a kid in my neighborhood who used to come to my house for Bible study. He shot and killed an innocent girl at a playground, went to jail for life with no chance of parole here in the United States. And what happened was a few years back, the Supreme Court ruled that was cruel and unusual punishment for a juvenile to go to prison for that long. This guy, every time I was parents or his sister or siblings or someone, I would ask about him. And I would say about 3.5 years ago, I asked his mom how he was doing, and she said he was married with children. And I was kind of confused because I knew he went to jail for the rest of his life with no chance of parole. That guy enrolled into my school. When he enrolled into my school, we didn't recognize each other the first day. So the second day, the name, my partner was like, hey, you probably know this guy. He lived in your area. I did a little bit of research and I was like, yeah, that's him. So he came in the office. I kind of tricked him into telling me if he knew who I was. He didn't know who I was. But he graduated from my program, got his license professionally 2 weeks after graduation, and opened up his barbershop a month after that. So he's been a really huge inspiration for me because it's helping me to understand that I'm living in my purpose. Had I not opened up a school, I might not have been able to help this individual move on with his life. A guy who used to come to my house as a kid for Bible study now came to my school as an adult to learn. And he would have been recidivized and back into the system and probably went back to jail had we not had the opportunity for him.
Wow. Nice story.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I suppose I ask this to anybody that's from Philly.
Yeah, it's insane to
being a massive Rocky fan. Have you done
really
the library steps?
see it happen.
Tariq, one of the questions I've just asked you there is, being near Philadelphia and being a massive Rocky fan, have you done the library steps? Have you done the Rocky steps?
I have. Yes, I have.
Feel good?
Absolutely. You got to do them. If you come to Philadelphia, you have to do the steps.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what? I know you've just told us that little story there, and you know, I mean, we can't quite understand that kind of feeling almost. I mean, you turn people's lives around or whatever, but that start of that story was like kind of blows me away. I've worked in North America a lot, but it's very rare that you hear those kind of stories. It's you know, it's so inspirational. From your background, how did you get into barbering? When you went into barbering, what was yours?
So I got in trouble in high school for singing in class. The principal said since I like singing, I needed to sing in the Black History Month competition that he was hosting that Friday. I told him I wasn't going to do it. He said, you have to do it. I said, I'm not going to do it. But I'm so glad that I did, because that was the moment that changed my life forever. While I was singing, there was a gentleman in the audience who stopped me after the competition. He gave me a ride home and he introduced himself. He was a local barbershop owner. He introduced me to his barbershop, and I went back to the barbershop that Monday. Traditionally, barbershops were closed on Mondays. And then I went back on Tuesday. And my purpose for going back was really to just show some gratitude for giving me a ride home. I ended up sweeping the floor, throwing out the trash, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere in the barbershop. So then I ended up cleaning the windows every Tuesday for a haircut, in exchange for a haircut. And just the environment and the experience I was getting there, I said, I think I want to do this for a lifetime. There was no schools, no barber schools or barber training, so I went to cosmetology school first. After going to cosmetology school, I realized that I wanted to open up a barber school to give people the opportunity that I didn't have because there was no barber training facilities.
Fantastic.
And that was in 1996.
Wow. It's good. I mean, you live by some strong principles, and obviously you've got a massive role model in terms of what you've just told us the story as well. But if you could change and be somebody else for one day, who would that be?
If I could change and be somebody else for one day, who would that be? I can't pick a person. I don't really idolize like people. But if I was to describe the type of person that I would like to be, it would be somebody who is courageous, somebody who is giving to share their knowledge and doesn't have a fear of judgment. I would pick someone with those attributes.
Okay. I always think I'd want to be a president or a prime minister just for a day. Just to lower taxes for that.
I don't know if I want those jobs.
It's only for a day.
Do you know what? I don't think I would. I wouldn't want that responsibility for even for a day. You'd love it because you'd throw a real spanner in the works, Simon. Sure, you just love to just throw it in there and fuck it up just for a day, wouldn't you? That's what.
You know, everybody going and look after the barbering industry really well.
Yeah. When you said that to me, what was really interesting was it reminded me of the movie Jim Carrey when he was like God for a day. You know, he just started answering everybody's prayers, and it just changed everything. And it gave us a really good perspective on the job. You know, like what would happen if you just answered everybody's prayers and said yes for everything? It would be chaotic, you know. So that's the first thing that came to mind for me when you said that.
Tarik, just quickly from a barbering point of view and an academy point of view, myself and Simon, we've worked in North America for a long time, and there's different levels of barbering and hairdressing, cosmetology, should I say. What do you think can make from a license point of view? I know how many hours you have to do for cosmetology. I know how many hours you have to do for barbering. What would improve barbering in North America? What would one thing or two things you'd do for improve barbering in North America?
You'd have to remove the egos. You have to get rid of the egos. But what we've done, because we have an academy, is we've incorporated a hybrid system. We teach cosmetology and barbering. So there are systems in cosmetology that aren't necessarily learned in barbering traditionally. But traditionally, barbering was first, hairdressing was second, right? Historically. And, it's sort of like flipped. Now you have this higher society of cosmetology, but more recently you've seen barbering growing. What we've done at our school was incorporated both. We don't take the cosmetology side out. We do color services, we do chemical texture services, we do SMP. We teach SMP as part of our program as a continued education. We do actual men's hair replacement in our program. So we're trying not to eliminate anything out of the program, but continue to elevate and evolve it into what it is. It's art, it's creativity, it's passion, and taking all the fundamentals of barbering and utilizing them so that you can be successful. One of the things I tell my students is you have to understand the rules like a professional so you can break them like an artist.
Do you offer shaving as well?
We absolutely do. Absolutely, we do. Yeah, absolutely. We have a system where where we use the hot towels and the lather, but we teach our students PLSM, prepare, lather, shave, and moisturize. The preparation is the biggest part of it. That way you can ensure a really good shave, prepare, lather, shave, and moisturize. So making sure that you're beginning at the end of the shave that you're adding that moisture back into the skin. We do facial, scalp treatment. We do electrotherapy. We really, really incorporate a lot of we also do some singeing.
All right. So what we can do then, hopefully we can work with you. We'll come over to you and we'll do something together. It sounds really, really exciting what you're implementing over there.
Absolutely. I would love for you guys to come and check out the studio. I'll send you a video on WhatsApp of what the studio looks like. So our facility is a clinic and a classroom, and then we have a second floor where there's 2 classrooms, and then we have like an auditorium with a stage We have 3 cameras, all 4K, so you can get above angle for the top. You can get a side angle, whatever you're trying to really highlight, and then a straight on angle if you're talking to the audience. And we can stream it, simulcast it, record everything in 4K quality. And I would love for you guys to come and do a class at the school. We can even do a paid class on the weekend, you know, to get people to come and pay for your services, to teach them your systems and your strategies. I think it'd be phenomenal. Let's continue to work together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'd love to do Barber's Arms from your location. That's fantastic.
Sounds fantastic. It's an actual live studio. I mean, it's a live studio with different camera switching, live editing. We can put Barber Arms logo. If you have a PowerPoint for your class, we can put that so that it's on the screen and on Instagram and on Zoom. However you want to simulcast it, we can make it happen. It's an actual studio.
Excellent.
Have we got a bar?
What's that?
Have we got a bar?
Yeah, there's bars there.
Well, that's it then. That's just sealed the deal.
There's plenty of pubs and bars there, yes.
Excellent. Well, Tariq, it's been a pleasure to interview you tonight, mate, all the way from America. We've got a few issues with the connection, but came over really well, pal. Great to have you on Barber's Arms. Have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you when we are stateside, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'll continue to communicate with you guys in the WhatsApp.
Excellent. Thanks, man. Tarik Jackson, everybody. Great guest. Struggling a little bit with the lag there a little bit, weren't we, with the connection? It's sometimes difficult that for our viewers. But yeah, look, great guy, real positive. I don't know about you, when I spend time with my American team and stuff, there's 2 or 3 of them, I just sit there and listen to. I've always got stories. I've always got a method and ethics that they're trying to stick to a code, which is really good. And I think Tarik he just had that as well about him. Don't forget, guys, because I'm going to have to hand over to Gaz because I'm really, really struggling. I do apologise. First time in 57 episodes, I'm going to have to bow out early, but I am literally dying on my feet here. Don't forget to view us this weekend. It's the Barbers Arms Expo this Sunday. It's the first of its kind in the UK. It's the best of its kind that's been out there. And it's all going to start at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning the 6th. So don't forget to register after tonight's show. I'm going to give you over to Gaz. Gaz, I'll be about, but I'm going to have to go. God bless to everybody.
Cheers, mate. Mr. Simon Shaw. So he's struggling tonight, guys. Anyways, he's got a little bit of sciatica and a little bit of other things as well. Here we are. The eve before our live Expo 2021. Everybody out there, you know who you are. You can register on the day. You can register, pre-register at the moment. We've got so many people and so many brands that you can have, see, and access to, all free. On Sunday, it's 10 till 6. On Monday, we've got the business page as well, which is going to be 11 till 4. We've also got the following week, which is going to be again 10 till 6. We've got all the best brands in the world that are going to be showcasing here, which is going to be the Fellowship, Tarik, Wahl, BBA, British Barbers Association, all these brands that are going to be there and available exceptionally for you. So if I could just say as well, just a couple of things as I leave. We're absolutely and utterly behind our national team. They're going to be focusing on winning the Euros at the moment, but they're going to be on at the same time as us. I think it's the opening ceremony is 8 o'clock next Friday. England are going to be playing on the 13th, so we give them the best of luck. But from our point of view, from me, Simon Shaw, hope to see you and hope you're interacting on Sunday for the Barbers Expo, the first one of its kind, 2021. We'll see you on Sunday. Love to you all. Have a great weekend.